I'm going to give a brief year in review for 2023. It's been a good year for the project, and part of that good year is being down to membership, and so this is a bit of a logo fest slide, but it just shows how far we've come in a few years. We have a large number of platinum members, great number of gold and also silver members, and so being a member, it's not a pay-to-play environment. Membership fees help fund the project, help maintain servers, help pay the salaries, help us being able to attend events, present at events, have booths and such like. So, the sustainability of the project is reliant on our membership. So yeah, huge thanks to all our members, and I'd like to welcome in particular Exion as a new platinum member this year. LG Electronics upgraded to platinum. Qualcomm joined us at platinum as well. So welcome to them, and delighted to welcome Bootlin with Techio as new members as well. And great to see Lenaro upgrade from silver to gold. And I think it just shows the vibrancy, the applicability of the project in all the different segments. So huge thanks to everyone. Now we will probably lose one or two members in 2024. Unfortunate as it may be, it's part of the way things go. And so we're always on the lookout for new members, etc. So if you feel that your company would benefit from being a member, please reach out to Randy Armour at the Linux Foundation. She heads up our membership acquisition, if you will, or biz dev type of scenario. So please reach out to her. Email addresses there on screen. Always on the lookout for new members, and yeah, your help is greatly appreciated in that aspect. So project leadership, we've had a couple of changes this year, and so here you can see the list of who's who in the leadership working group. These are predominantly people that help with driving the way things go and making some of the decisions. So if you're not happy with the decision that the project's made, chances are you can shout at one of these people, and they will then blame me as the current chair. So new members on the leadership working group are Steve Geary from Wind River, and Joseph Holzmeier from Mender. Joseph has been around the community for quite some time, and with the departure of Nico this year, he, let's say, volunteered to fill Nico's shoes. So we're greatly appreciative of that. And Steve took over from his colleague at Wind River, Stephanie. She'd been our treasurer for a number of years, and Steve was foolish enough to say yes when asked. So we're appreciative of both Steve and Joseph for stepping into those roles. As chair, I'm greatly appreciative of everyone on this working group. Megan, who leads advocacy, has done a sterling job of making sure that the advocacy side of things is revitalized. She's kicked off the advocacy meetings that happen each week. which is great, and liaising with people like Trevor and co for things like YP Summit and such like. David's done a great job, as always, in both YP Summit and in general training side of things. As Trevor said, Michael is a force of nature when it comes to the infrastructure side of things, and it's great to have him as part of the team. Let's not forget our dear lonely architect, Richard Purdy, who works tirelessly to make sure that everything is green on AutoBuilder, and make sure that we all have a great software stack to leverage. And Neil from the Linux Foundation, Neil Caden, helps out with a lot of the project management side of things and back off stuff, and liaising with other parts of the LF and with member companies. Sorry, one thing I should mention is that both the chair and treasurer are elected by the membership, and so there are going to be some elections coming up soon on that. The technical steering committee, led by Richard Purdy, is elected. We have 3 seats elected by the Octo project members, and 2 seats are elected by Open Embedded community, and you can see the members here of the TSC. With regards to elections, silver members have a single voting rep. They are elected each February. The treasurer and the chair are elected each March, and the TSC is elected each May. And so each membership company should be getting their notifications of elections soon. We'll be opening up for nominations soon as well. So 2023, what are the big milestones that we've had this year? We've had plenty of new members, as I mentioned earlier. One big thing is that the LTS is now a 4-year life cycle instead of the original 2-year. That was decided by membership, and I think it's a great move forward. It puts the Octo project on a real solid ground for many enterprises that wish to leverage us. Another big item for 2023 and relatively recent is the Sovereign Tech Fund. As you can see, we had a number of items being funded by the Sovereign Tech Fund, so things like Layer Index, Binary Distro, Toaster, VS Code plugin, and some security process and documentation sort of things. And as you can see here, we're diligently working through that. So my Meta Open Embedded, patch set, core workflow, and the security process documentation side of things have been completed. And so the funding for that is coming through the wire imminently. And we've got a number of things that are due by the end of this calendar year, and the rest of it should hopefully be done by the end of Q1 next year, I believe. So come April time, we should be complete with all these items. And a lot of these items play into the 5-year plan that the project has to remain relevant, both in industry and to developers and members, as well as just improving in general. The website, if you've noticed, or hopefully you've noticed that the website has had a bit of a spring clean and refresh. Huge thanks to Megan for driving that through. It's been a laborious task with help from the likes of Richard and others. And so hopefully that's a much more usable resource for people. It may not be perfect, so bugs are welcome. Please make suggestions. Sorry, notification of bugs are welcome. Nobody really wants bugs, but yeah, feel free to let us know if there are issues, and we'll try and get those resolved ASAP. Another big milestone as well has been with the Auto Builder. It's now a CDN for Estate available, so that's a huge win for people. And in the wider community, we're still continuing to work with various other projects. We're heavily involved and working closely with the SPDX community on SPDX3. And we're always looking at ways of collaborating and advancing both Yocto as well as other open source technologies out there. The Yocto project was present with booths at a number of events, as you can see here: State of Open in the UK, Embedded World in Nuremberg, the Embedded Open Source Summit in Prague, and then Plumbers recently in Richmond, Virginia. Huge thanks to Joseph for being at pretty much all of those events. Thanks to Mender for providing the coffee machine at Embedded World. I think Yocto project booth had the best coffee in Nuremberg that week, and that's thanks to Mender. And huge thanks to everyone that helped with Embedded Open Source Summit. Great thanks to AWS and Subwoofer, Linux, and Huawei for providing staff for the booth a number of these events. Huge thanks to Joseph and Philip at Plumbers for driving the build system track. It was highly successful. And thanks to everyone that attended State of Open in London at the beginning of the year. We will be present at a number of events again in 2024, and it would be great to hear where people are going to be and see if we can collaborate and have a much more harder hitting impact with our presence and collaborate with others that are also present there using Yocto technology. As always, we're looking for people to help raise awareness, so please do go to the wiki and put down whether you're using Yocto in any shape or form and how you're using the Yocto project, etc. And that'd be greatly appreciated. And with that, I'm back on time, made up that minute that Trevor stole from me. I'd like to say thank you very much. And once again, please do enjoy your time, spread the good word, and any questions, do reach out. The leadership working group are approachable. We are nice people. Honestly, we don't bite too much. And hope to see people at one of the events in 2024. Thanks very much.